Power scaling is cringe and extremely pointless. This is something that has ruined the anime community, the Marvel and DC community, the SCP and creepypasta community, etc. So this started off with people saying who would win in a fight where they argue which fictional character is better. For those who don't know what power scaling is, it's a method of determining a character's power through comparing them to other characters in their series, which can involve power scaling within the same franchise and power scaling outerverse. Then they use math, physics, science, and measurements to see who would win in a fight. Let's start off with feats. Feats is something where a character has done before where it's their strength, speed, durability, power, and techniques. Then you get anti-cheat, which is a stupid name. It's a character's failures like Mario can die to a walking mushroom. Then there is other bullshit power scalers use as an excuse to let their favorite character win, like logical fallacies, hacks, prep time, battle IQ, etc. The tiers go from zero-dimensional to boundless. So someone could argue stuff like human level to island level, or mobile to supersonic speeds. If they go higher, the more I feel like I die from cringe. This stuff boils down to bigger number wins. So if you say something like Sonic the Hedgehog can destroy a multiverse, well, Super Strong OC number 30 can destroy Super Ultra Giga Hyper Mega Omniverse. I hated this stuff whenever it's from the same series or crossover stuff. Then if they think you overestimate a fictional character, they call it wank, which actually is another word for masturbation. So if they call you a wanker, it sounds like they are calling you someone who jerks off to fictional characters. Then you get downplay, which is the opposite of it if you underestimate a fictional character. Take a look at Batman. Someone could say he can beat anyone with prep time, because the writers want to make him look good. It's always about my favorite character is better than yours, because they are stronger. It's the same thing with same verse scaling. Everyone has their biases, and trying to argue against a person whose bias is extremely in favor of one character over the other is aggravating beyond all sense. Take, for instance, the age-old debate of Superman versus Goku. The most embarrassing, sad, wretched and hilarious version of trying to power scale these two fighters comes from Death Battle, where they got backlash for their initial interpretation and double down by trying to argue about concepts instead of actual scaling. So, in regards to the first battle, a lot of people were unhappy with the scaling, but you could rudimentarily understand that there might be some error somewhere or they could have missed some points. The double down, however, is the part that a lot of power scalers look at and wonder, why the hell are you like this? Their justification for their nonsense is that Superman's theme is an alien super being who walks around like the world is made of glass, and Goku's theme is he can always be stronger. Do you see how aggravating and annoying thinking like that is? It's the most reductive and stupid argument you could possibly make, and there are people who will argue until they're blue in the face about how their character should totally win, because that's my headcanon. Meanwhile, if you compare comic books to manga, movies and TV to internet, video games to graphic novels, they all have different logic. They are all inconsistent and have fluctuating power levels, by very nature of them being a story-driven media. Everything comes down to that's how strong the characters needed to be for the story, and they will get stronger or weaker as the story needs. Any character can beat anyone if the story needs it. So yeah, it's better to not get into debating with them where it's arguing for hours over who would win in a fight. Just don't read a comic book or watch an anime to have a gigantic measuring contest, and most importantly, have fun.